Nice to be with you. I'm Taigu. I am part of Treeleaf. Along with Jundo, I'm one of the teachers there. And today I would like to share a few words with you about sitting, the physical side of sitting. It's actually impossible to separate the physical side from breathing, from the mental activity. The three dimensions work together. But nevertheless, I think I'm going to focus on very essential points. The first one, and the most important one, is that we are not trying to achieve a super posture. We're not trying to be looking good, great. We're not trying to be competitive with our sitting. We're just releasing everything. We're giving up the chase. We are acknowledging that everything is okay from the very start, and we learn how to sit with our body in this situation. So some of you might come across difficulties, physical difficulties. Some of you might have disabilities. Maybe some of you can't even sit on a cushion. They have to sit on a chair. Maybe you're not even on a chair. You're lying down. And that's okay. That's perfectly all right. What I want to say is that Shikantaza has nothing to do with achieving something special. It's actually returning home, coming back home. And the first way we do it is to actually feel the basic sanity of the earth. So what do? We just allow the body to root itself in the ground. We release the weight of the body to the ground. This is extremely important. If you are lying down, if you're on a bench, if you are on a chair, or if you are on a cushion like me now, you should let the weight of the body through the sitting bones and the knees, let that weight go into the ground. But there's no point in forcing, in pushing. No, it's allowing, letting, releasing. Gravity does it naturally for you. This is extremely important. So feel your sitting bones, and maybe if you sit on a chair, for instance, you might use a very thin cushion to really feel that weight going down there into the cushion and into the ground through your feet. If you're on a bench or a zafu, it's a very natural process. There are many misunderstandings about Zazen. Some people think that Zazen helps you, me, everybody to achieve a particular wisdom, a particular enlightenment. The way we sit, allowing ourselves to come back home, is enlightenment itself. There is nothing mystical. There is nothing to attain. There is no aiming anymore. Just blossom into now. Something very important is to cultivate flexibility in the hips. And there's a picture that I sometimes use when I start sitting, the picture of a flower opening. You might think about your hips, these joints here, and the legs like petals, gently opening, gently releasing into the ground, offering you a base to actually rise up, Now, in many places, Zazen is taught in a very rigid way. That is to say, we all try to copy and imitate the form of the teachers. We have great pictures of Kodo Sawaki, for instance, or Shunryu Suzuki. Wonderful, majestic sitting, like a mountain. This is really inspiring. But your body, my body, are completely different. So we've got to work with who we are. This is pointless to try to imitate the body of a teacher sitting. But what we can do is to find out for ourselves how to feel at home here and now in this body. So once you find this ground, this base, this rooting experience at the beginning of sitting, it is extremely important to sway gently. You might do it with your hands on your knees, thumb into your fist, like this, like so. Or you might even do it forming the Okai Join, which is the mudra, the cosmic mudra, at the beginning. And that helps you to find a suitable verticality. If you want to sit, you could and you should always refer to the Fukan Zazengi, written by Dogen. Actually, with this vid, I shall provide an extract of that text, because it goes over the main thing to do when one sits. So, swaying gently like a tree in the wind helps you to establish a feeling of verticality. And all this area is totally open, released as well. Now, one more thing before we say goodbye to each other, and next time I will talk about other aspects, is the curve of the spine. Many people over-exaggerate that curve, bending it like a bow. Keep it very natural. Traditionally, it is said that it's as if your anus should watch the moon or look at the moon. This is a bit of an overstatement, actually. It should be completely natural. Feel the sitting bones, but do not overforce, otherwise you will end up with pain, muscle pain, tensions. Now, the main thing about sitting is to unlearn habits. And you have to be very vigilant, because the idea of being vertical could be totally wrong. Our perception of what is not what is. So there again, in order to sit, rather than go into a military and very firm and rigid sort of posture, allow it to grow out of a sense of release. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and see you next week. Enjoy your sitting and enjoy your life.